Assalamualaikum. Have you ever noticed that the people who gave you the most comfort during your divorce were sometimes the same people who quietly kept you stuck? Because here's the truth: not every person who listens to your pain wants your healing. Some want your story, drama, some want your validation, and some want to recruit you into their bitterness. I learned the hard way. I know because I'm that someone being through a painful divorce myself. I felt the loneliness, the confusion, the temptation to seek comfort from anyone willing to listen. I felt the urge to tell my side of the story, the desire to be understood. And if you're a Muslim man rebuilding after divorce, what I'm about to share may save you years of unnecessary suffering. By the end of this video, you will understand why most divorced men build the wrong support system, how to identify who truly deserves access to your pain, and the exact mindset shift that helped me stop seeking sympathy and start rebuilding with dignity. So stay until the end because the final lesson that I will share will completely change how I viewed brotherhood, masculinity, and healing. And honestly, most men will never learn it. So when my marriage ended, I thought I needed people, like lots of people, people to talk to understand me, to validate my pain. At first, it felt good. People would listen, sympathize, telling me I was right. People would tell me how unfair everything was. And every conversation gave me the temporary relief that I was seeking secretly. Temporary, yep, that's a keyword. Because every time the conversation ended, the pain, loneliness, uncertainty were still there. And something else started happening. I began noticing that some people were not there helping me to heal. They were there helping me to stay wounded. Some wanted details, gossip, updates. Some wanted drama. And every time I revisited the story, I relived the pain over and over again. What I thought was healing was actually emotional scratching, like picking at a wound that keeps reopening. Then something happened that forced me to look at myself. One day I asked myself a question, an uncomfortable question. What if constantly talking about my pain isn't helping me move forward? Boy, that question changed everything because suddenly I started paying attention to the people around me and I noticed different categories of people. There were listeners, advisors, critics, spectators, and there were real brothers. The difference at that moment wasn't obvious at first. Let me explain. The spectators wanted updates. The real brothers wanted growth. The spectator will ask, what happened? True brothers will ask, how's your prayers? Spectators will ask, who's at fault here? A real brother will ask, so what are you doing to rebuild again? The spectators fed my emotions while the real ones challenged my character. And that distinction changed my life. Because healing didn't truly begin when people understood my pain. Healing began when I accepted responsibility for my rebuilding. And that led me to an even deeper realization. My strongest support system was never people. It was Allah. Because people disappear, people misunderstand, choose sides, get tired, gossip, move on. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees everything. The tears nobody witnessed, the regrets nobody knows, the fears nobody understands, the du'as whispered after midnight, the battles fought inside your chest and in your head. When I stopped making people my foundation and started making Allah instead, things changed. True, the storm didn't disappear, but I stopped being controlled by it. Then came another painful lesson. Not everyone deserves access to your pain. Not everyone deserves access to your pain. Harsh but true. Some people deserve your silence. Some people deserve polite distance. Only a very small number deserve the truth, because pain makes men vulnerable, and vulnerable men often overshare. Why? Because they are seeking comfort, attention, and validation. So before they realize it, they have handed their dignity to people who truly never earned it. That realization forced me to become intentional. I stopped looking for sympathy. Started building what I call my own war council. Not a support group. Yep, a war council. A few trusted people. A wise elder and a couple of brothers who will call me out. Men who cared more about my future than my fleeting feelings. Men who could tell me some of this. You are hurt? Don't become bitter. You are angry? Don't become unjust. You are lonely. Don't chase validation. You are rebuilding. Stay disciplined. Those conversations were uncomfortable, but they were necessary. Because comfort alone doesn't rebuild men. Truth does. And that brings me to the first lesson. Start with Allah before people. Many divorced men make people their emotional oxygen. That's dangerous because people are inconsistent. When people disappoint you, your stability disappears with them. Allah must be your anchor before anyone else becomes your support. Praying on time, daily istighfar, azkar, reading Quran, and sincere dua are not religious checkboxes. They are emotional stabilizers. When your heart is bleeding, your connection with Allah should become stronger, not weaker. Pain without Allah often becomes bitterness, ego, revenge, or lust. Pain with Allah becomes purification. The strongest men I know are not the men who need nobody. They are the men who depend on Allah first and choose people carefully second. Next lesson is choose brothers who protect your character. Most men surround themselves with people who protect their feelings. That feels good in the moment, but often delays growth. Real brothers don't worship your emotions. They protect your character. They tell you the truth when it's uncomfortable. They stop you when you are becoming reactive. They remind you of your responsibilities when pain makes you self-absorbed. They will challenge your excuses. They help you maintain manners even when you are hurting. Brotherhood isn't about agreement. Brotherhood is about accountability. One honest brother is worth more than 10 people who simply tell you what you want to hear. And the final lesson, number 3, is to build a war council. An audience wants a story, a piece of you, while a council wants your growth. An audience asks for details. A war council asks about your discipline, your character. During divorce, many men accidentally collect spectators, viewers instead of builders. They surround themselves with curiosity instead of wisdom. So build layers instead. Allah, a wise mentor, strong brothers, professional guidance, therapy when needed, healthy community. The right people won't just help you survive divorce, they will help you become a better man because of it. So let's recap. Don't build your support system around comfort. Build it around truth. Don't build it around sympathy. Build it around accountability. Don't build it around competition and attention. Build it around growth. And most importantly, don't build it around people first. Build it around Allah first. If this message resonated with you, download the Muslim Man Rebuild Playbook using the link in the description. It's a free guide designed specifically for Muslim men rebuilding after divorce, helping you restore discipline, confidence, emotional control, purpose, and direction. And if you are serious about accelerating your rebuild, apply for a private rebuild strategy call. We'll identify where you are right now and what's holding you back and what your next steps should be. Remember this, you are not a divorced man. Instead, you are a man being rebuilt. And one day, if you do this right, you will be able to look back and say, this pain did not destroy me. It purified, disciplined me, and brought me closer to Allah. It showed me who was real, and it forced me to become the man I was always meant to be. Assalamu alaikum.